Hey guys, my name's Lisa and I thought I'd sit down and make this video today because as we already know, Christmas is just around the corner and sometimes it's easy for us to forget what Christmas is really about. Whether you celebrate Christmas or not, I hope you take something away from this video because all it's really about is spreading love, spreading positivity and making each other feel special. One of the things we tend to forget is that it's so easy for our generation to get easily influenced or brainwashed by posts that we see on social media of luxury items or materialistic things, and sometimes we forget that the fact that we're even scrolling on Instagram and we're looking at our phone, we are so much more luckier than we think we are. And we should be grateful for what we already have. And I know it's easier said than done, but sometimes I'll find myself scrolling on my phone and I'll see all of these pictures of all these influencers and their designer bags and all their big expensive gifts that they got. I'm not hating on any of the influencers. If you're an influencer, please keep in mind that your job is literally to influence people. So make sure you're sending across the right message. It's really worrying because there are kids that were brought up in this generation with social media already in full force, and most of the photos that they see, or sometimes, not most of the time, but in some cases, these photos are just staged and they're not even real, and it's so easy for kids to feel a certain way from things that they are seeing. Secondly, Christmas isn't about the gifts. It's not about how expensive your presents are or what you got. It's about who you're spending it with and making sure that the people you love feel all of the love that you have to give. The next thing that we should really remember is that there's people out there that have it way better than you, but there's also people that have it a lot worse. There's families out there that don't have Christmas trees, that aren't going to be spending Christmas with a big table full of food or lots of gifts or any of that. They're just going to be happy within each other's company. Last Christmas I went over to South Africa and spent it with my family for the first time since I was a little girl. And my auntie works at a school called LEAP for children that are less fortunate in a township called Lunga. So each family lives in a shack, and each shack has about up to seven people living in it. So on Christmas morning, what the school organised was for all of the kids to meet up at this one spot. And we went and we painted their faces and we gave them balloon animals and little goodie bags, and it was really special, and those kids were so happy. Really opens up your eyes and warms up your heart when you see it in person, and you don't realise how lucky you really are until you do. So then what happened was one of the teachers dressed up as Santa, and after we did all of that, Santa was driving around the township going past all the shacks, and he'd stop and he'd get out and he'd give little goodie bags to all of these children, and they'd come running, and it was so heartwarming to see. It was the most special Christmas I have ever had. When you think about it, it's really sad. If a child that was in a privileged family got no Christmas presents on Christmas, they wouldn't be happy. They would be pretty upset, which is really sad to think about. I just thought of that. Another thing that I thought of that really stuck with me was that this Christmas, it's going to be someone's first Christmas without their mum, or without their dad, or without their grandparent or brother or sister, and that really breaks my heart. It doesn't also necessarily have to mean the extreme, which is death. It could be for any reason. You could have also moved to a different city and be away from your family, or you could, for any reason. Remember that whoever you are around or who you have there with you, that's enough. Don't let yourself feel any kind of negativity on Christmas. Turn that into positive energy. Instead of sitting around feeling upset or feeling sad for yourself, spread the love to someone that does make you feel good, or spread the love that someone that's really helped you, or someone that's done something a lot for you. That makes me really sad. If you are someone that's lost a family member or a a close friend or a friend due to death this year and it's your first Christmas without them, I just want you to know that I love you and I'm really sorry for your loss. I'm sure they don't want you to have a bad or sad Christmas without them. So that's kind of all the messages that I have to say today. I hope that you could take something away from this with you. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a very Merry Christmas and